I was asked this interesting question by a guy who is, working as an employee, but he's also a freelancer. Okay, he sells his services, his skills at the side. So he asked me, Loy, what is your sales strategy? So I was like, oh, pleasantly surprised, because not many people ask me my sales strategy. So in this video, I'll give you a few points. See if they are useful, and if they're useful, maybe I can have a part 2 of this. I'll give you a few pointers. Number one, in terms of my sales strategy, see, there are 2 ways people can know about you. Only 2 ways, especially if it is online. One is if you pay Google, Facebook, Twitter, you pay to advertise. If you see Facebook, you just scroll, you'll see people's ads coming there. So either you can do that, pay per ad and get people to send you their email or subscribe or free consultation. You can either do that, or you can do what I do. I put content. My specialty is I have an opinion, I have an area of expertise, I post videos, I put text. I used to write a lot of blogs before, but today I focus more on video. More effective for me. I like it better. So the first tip that I'll give you in terms of my sales strategy is choose which direction you want to go. Do you want to go paid, or do you want to offer people value? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to only give people videos and articles. You can even, there's this guy who does a car wash here. He started advertising word of mouth, that if you have a vehicle, I'll give you a 10-point checkup for free, but based on appointments. So to his surprise, many people bought their vehicles, and he has a car wash, and he has like upgrades, fancy upgrades. So as it is, people came there. It was like an advertisement. And then slowly, when business started to be good, he expanded. All this during COVID. Very smart. And now he has put Facebook ads with a free service. So you see, word of mouth, he gives something for free. So give them your time, your expertise. You can give anything. That's number one. Number two, if you go to people and give you a business card, the guy sitting there will be like the boss. Folded hands. Yes, what do you want? Across the table. He'll be the boss. Oh, what do you want? My business? Okay. But if he comes to you and you're sitting on your table, you're the boss. He has come to you. In almost all my customers come to me. I don't go to them. And the reason for this is, it gives me the upper hand to position myself. See, because when you're going to someone, you have to please, sir, give me your business. And you have to listen to their terms and conditions. So when the guy comes to you, then it's your terms and conditions. And I prefer that any day. Now, obviously, not everyone can do this. It takes a level of maturity, experience, a lot of work, A lot of work. So that's very, very important. I think we are at point number 4. One was advertise. Second one was offer something of value. Third one, they come to you. Yeah, fourth. I think fourth. Anyway, number 4 is I don't chase customers. Now this can be very shocking. There are a lot of customers a lot of people who, after they give you a quotation, they'll follow up with you. What did you think of my pricing? When would you like to start? I'll give the final price. I never do that. Before I give my price, I make sure I know the take it or leave it price. I understand what is the amount of work, and I quote them one, and it's a one-time communication. Now, after I give the communication, if they get back to me, then maybe I'll negotiate. or I'll listen, okay, what they want, what is your budget? Based on that, fine. However, after I've sent them my pricing and everything else, if I go back to them, means I'm the loser. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. So have a take it or leave it price. But now you'll be like, how do I come to that? And that comes to the last point number 5. This is where 90% or I don't know, more than that, people don't do. Now this is a very important point, so I'll elaborate a little bit more. It is called pre-qualify a customer. Majority of the people who do sales, they make this mistake of, okay, you want my service, this is my charge. And this is very wrong, man. How can you have, you want my service, this is a charge? If you are a global brand, then fine, take it or leave it. But, or if your product is for the masses. But if on the other hand, it is one-to-one, like me, okay, one-to-one or one to a company, you need to pre-qualify a customer. So what do I mean by that? When most of the people, when they send me, Loy, how much for personal branding, how much for coaching, how much for resume rebrand, how much for consulting. When they ask me this, I start with this. I tell them, okay, when you're free, let me know. After they are free, I either schedule a chat or a video audio call. I prefer video because I prefer seeing the person. And then I have a series of questions. What is your name? What is your age? Where are you from? Okay, what is it that you specifically want? They say, okay, CV. Why CV? What do you want to do with your CV? Then personal branding. Okay, why personal branding? What prompted you to go into personal branding? What is your understanding of personal branding? How do you define a personal brand? Okay, then I even ask them that, fine, you're talking about my service. Okay, how do you know if my service was good? What is the measurement by which you can evaluate, okay, Loy's service was good? How do you know you have achieved your objectives? Okay. And, I ask literally everything. There are some people who generally ask, what is your budget? I don't ask that question because when you ask a person, what is your budget? They generally 99 out of 100 times should tell you a misleading figure. And the reason why they do that is because they don't want to spend more. So I do not ask them what is their budget. Rather, I know what is my budget based on the amount of work that is involved. So I ask them, and through experience, you get a series of questions to ask. Okay, when do you want this? Do you want it today? Do you want it next week? Is it urgent? Are you flexible? Do you want me to do A, B, C, D, or only A, B, or only A? Or do you want me, okay, do you want an extension of my service? Do you want a retainer? Do you want a premium service? Even if you have to negotiate, you do it in that phase. Like, I might even ask, okay, fine, you want A and B. I'll give you A, B, and C for this much. So it's a sales call where I'm giving them more value, but I'm giving them a better deal. So I can make a little bit more money. So you need to know what to ask. For this, you need to have a list of questions. And every question has to have a purpose. Not simply, like when I ask a person's age, there's a reason why I ask the age. When I ask a person which country you're from, what nationality, what citizenship, where are you residing, how many countries have you traveled, are you a man or woman, are you married or single, are you divorced, do you have a loan, do you have a credit card? All these questions that I ask, there's a reason for it. And this has been formulated over the years. Today I don't need a sheet, it's all in the head. So you need to be very clear about this. And if you have this checklist in place, as you can call it, oh wow, I'll tell you, it is without a doubt the best strategy that you can have for sales. you know, because then you can pre-qualify. If I have a customer who says, no, I don't have money, I'm poor, I don't even have food to eat. I mean, if the guy tells you he has no food to eat, he's sleeping on the streets, what, you're going to charge him $10,000? So, but at the same time, there are people who play games also. Lo, I want $10,000 salary. I have no money. I'm poor. Yeah. I was born yesterday. Try that shit with somebody else. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. These are 5 of the sales strategies I adopt, which really work wonders, at least for me. So I don't know if they added any value. If they did, comment down below. If you'd like more videos like this, let me know. And if you have any strategic tips or anything you'd like to share, I would love to read, because maybe I can learn a thing or two from you. Alright? Having said that, you guys take care. It's me signing off. Ciao.